G'day gents, welcome to this very first video tutorial in which we're going to construct this civil drawing. This is a past paper question, so you can see the way it's laid out is exactly how you would receive it in an exam setting. I'm not going to read through the whole question and scenario, etc. That's for you to do. You can go read through the specific instructions for both the floor plan and elevation. All the detail that you need and all the detail that is required to construct this in AutoCAD has been given on this page. So if you want to find out plumbing detail, window detail, it's all around here, and there are plenty of annotations for you. So in this first video, we're going to look at how to construct a floor plan. So we're going to go across to AutoCAD and we're going to get ourselves set up. We've got all the specs in front of us. We've got all the dimensioning. What we're not going to do, though, is we're not going to treat it like an exam in the sense that we're going to work back or work to a scale that's given to us. We are going to eventually allow AutoCAD to self-generate that scale through a model view window in a layout. So let's get across to AutoCAD. And what we're going to do now is the very first thing we're going to do is type in units. We're going to ensure, and what will come up is this drawing units. I've got a dual screen, so mine goes to the wrong screen. We're going to make sure that we go to a whole number and we're going to be using millimeters. Okay. All right. So the first thing I want to do now is I want to go set up a layer for walls. So I'm going to go to layer properties. I'm going to go create a new layer and I'm going to say walls. What I'm going to do there is white is fine for now. The line weights I'm going to change. You should get a line weight tab that pops up, and I'm going to make the line weight 0.30. For printing's sake, it's nice to have the outside edges a little bit darker, sorry, a little bit thicker. Right, so I'm going to click then on the wall layer. Right, and we're going to start mapping this floor plan out. So the top, let's go back to the document. You'll see that along the top here, from this outside point here, we have a 9500. So let me zoom in so we can see that detail. And you've obviously got this sheet in front of you now, the hard copy. So we've got 95 along the top. So let's go back. I'm going to use line detail. We'll go 9,500. Make sure before you carry on, that you have your restrictor cursor on ortho mode, so it's snapped on, and ensure that all of these are on. I'll just make sure that I'll leave parallel off because that can bug you. So I'm going to go 9,500 along the top. Enter. And you'll see that's quite long. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit too far zoomed in. Oopsie. Rotating there. Right, so that's 9.5. Then I'm going to come down 6,500 on the right hand side. So we're going to come to that point on the outside and come down 6,500. Enter. Then we're going to come across 3,000 along the bottom. Enter. Then we're going to go 2-3 up according to our document. And then we're going to come along, and you should be able to then use your cursor to snap. Right, we're going to come across and snap on the start. I'll just make sure we get the right starting point, which is there. What I'm going to do quickly is remove my axis that's getting in the way there. Remove that component. Sorry, no, just move it out the way. Right, line command again. I'm going to move from there, come across, snap onto there. There we go. And it'll pick it up automatically. So now we've got the outside extents of the building. What I'm going to do here is for now, I'm going to join. So type in, I've highlighted everything. I've typed in join and enter. Now what that does is it creates a one solid object with all those lines that we've created. And I'm going to now go and offset. So the spec for the wall, if they give us, they do give it to us. The spec for the wall, if you have a look at your document here, is a total of 200 mils. So if we zoom up, if we scroll up to ceiling detail, you can see they give us the wall width of 200. So should we go back there now to AutoCAD, we can create a thickness with an offset. So we're going to type in the command offset. We're going to go 200, enter. We're going to grab either edge of the wall and we're going to offset internally and press and just click in. So now we've got the external wall set to a offset of 200 millimeters. The only thing we need to now go do is add detail across the top here, because we have a newly built bathroom over here. So I'm going to extend this line over here, and then I'm going to offset that line accordingly to 100 because it's not a load-bearing wall. It's an internal wall, so it'll be only a single brick course. So there we have it. Now what I'm going to do is just rub this little section out over here. You'll see there, using my trim command, and now the walls are all placed perfectly. I can highlight all this now, and I can explode if I want to. Explode, enter. Now it releases all the lines from one another. Should we need to use those lines and offset them individually, we can do so now. All right, so the next step here is to go and get the placings or placements of all the windows and doors on the floor plan. And then in a separate video tutorial, we'll look at how to create each one and then populate them. So let's go and have a look at our document and see the dimensions to placements of each of these features. So if I zoom in here, okay, so what we have is 925 from this outside edge will be window 2, sorry. And then obviously, as you can see, from this outside edge, we've got 26, and from this outside edge, we've got 800. And then from that inside corner, we have 875 to window 2. Now, window 2 and window 1, you'll see, have different specifications. So when we create the opening and space, we need to rely here heavily on the widths of both these windows. Okay, so let's go place window 2 at the top corner. So again, our trusty offset command. Make sure that we come from the right place. So it's going to be from the outside edge of the wall at 925. So we're going to go offset, right? Sorry, let me click here, offset. And we want to click in 925, enter. I'm going to go grab that outside edge of there we go, and pull that in. So that's going to be the start of the window. The window 2 width is a total of 15. So I'm going to grab this line again while I'm in the command. I'm just going to grab it, pull it across. I haven't clicked again. I've just released it, and I'm going to type in 1500, and I'm going to type in enter, and you'll see then that gives us the window width over there. I'm going to go clean all these up later. I don't need to do it right now. So I'm going to go to this far corner. We are going to work with the door positioning at 2600 off the outside corner. So I'm going to come across. I'm still in the command, and I'm going to go 2600, enter. Right, that's the start of the door. The door width is a total of 1000. So I'm going to click, drag across. You'll see it's preset to 925, the offset, which was my original dimensioning, but you can reset the command if you want to. So the door is 1000, enter. So now the door placement is good. We're quickly going to come and clean up here. I'm just going to drag my mouse across there and there. We can go and take out the outside corner of that window. So the outside edge, because we're going to need a windowsill in there. Obviously, we don't have any windows in this particular positioning. And the door here, we're just going to remove the inside edge. Remember, a door will always have an external door will always have an external line for the little lip or step into the building. All right, let me delete these little lines down here. Right, now we're going to move on to the positioning of window 2, which is over here, and we're going to use the inside edge over here. So this little outside, this little corner here, this line here is what we're going to use. We want to offset a total of 875 from there. So we're going to go offset, and we're going to go 875. Now it's probably better that I left this line a bit longer, but it's okay. So I'm going to come across 875. The window width then is a total of window 2, so it's 1500. So it's a number 2 window, so 1500, there it is. So what I'll do here is I'm just going to drag these up just to the top there. I've got my perpendicular snap on so it holds that line nice and straight. And then I can come along the bottom here and just release that. We'll release that external line as well because we're going to have a windowsill there. We have to place a window here on this wall. So we're going to, the distance for placement is going to be 800 from this edge over here. So we're going to go offset again. And we're going to go type in 800, enter. We're going to click the bottom edge over here. We're going to offset it by 800. It's a window one, so it's got a total width of 600. So we're going to click, move up, 600, enter. So that's all in good place, good positioning. Let's go get rid of that. Again, it's a window, so I can go get rid of that external line because we're going to show a windowsill in that position. Then, in terms of renovations, they want a door over here. They want a door 200 from the inside edge. So if you go look at your document here, they want a door here 200 from the inside edge. This is a renovation, so you're gonna be adding that in. All right, so we're gonna go to AutoCAD, and we're gonna use this line here. We're gonna offset that by 200. Okay, here we go. So we're gonna grab that, come across, and we know that the total width of the door is 1,000. So I'm gonna click, release, type in 1,000, enter. Again, I'm gonna drag those down into positioning. Here we go. Right, let's go and get rid of that detail. Now this detail here later on is going to change. We're going to have to show some center marking detail or center line chain detail for removed features in the house. Sorry, in the cafe. Now there is an additional set of renovations that we need to do here, and that's this wall. Right, the distance of the wall from the inside edge is 2950 across, so we're going to come back to CAD. Now this is a removed wall. This is an existing wall and it needs to be removed. So we're going to draw the wall in with detail, and then we will add the conventions to reflect the removal of that wall. Okay, so the detail will be there, but it will be with a different convention. So we're going to offset. Okay, enter. Let's just go make sure we get the distance correct here. We have an offset of 2950. 2950, enter. We're going to grab that line, pull it across, and then we're going to pull this across again by one brick course, which is 100, and then back to we're going to go 200 off the outside wall here. So let's bring this in 200 up, sorry, 200, there we go. And then we're going to come down off this wall here at the top inside edge of this wall here, 26. So we're going to come down 26 off there, 2600, enter. And now we've got the spacing correct for that internal wall. You can see I'm just going to rub out those features and all in place. Obviously that wouldn't be there, right? And that wouldn't be there. Okay, we would show them all as one. Let's do it one more time. Make sure I remove that. There we go. Okay, so floor plan done. In terms of wall spacing and positioning of all the windows and doors. Now we're going to add the renovation detail quickly, and how we're going to do this is to go up to layer properties, and I'm going to add in a new layer, and I'm going to call it Reno for renovation. I'm going to keep it the same color. The line weight is going to change to 0.05, and the line type is going to change, and I'm going to go load because I want a center line. So we're looking for a center line. There it is. Okay. And we press OK. So we've got line type needs to be center. There it is. So we've got a renovation layer with a center marking line type at a 0.05 line weight. So what I'm going to do here is highlight that over there, and those little features there that make up the wall. And then I'm going to click renovation. Now you'll see we cannot see the scale, so we can't actually see the detail. So what I'm going to do is go type an MO for properties and click enter. So here's the line type scale. So we can add. So I'm going to type in 30. You can start to see. I'm going to type in 100. Enter, and you can start to see it even more so. So that's even too small. So let's try a 300 scale. That's a lot better. Might even bump that up to 400. Actually, 300 was fine. Okay, so I'm going to use that 300. That gives us the detail we need for wall removal. Only problem here is it's not given us enough detail there, so I'm probably going to drop that down just to that one, particularly to 200. Still doesn't show it for us, so we'll bring that down to 100. Enter. Let's see what happens here. There we go. It shows it there. So the other place we're going to need to add this in is across here. So I'm going to go to click on renovation. I'm going to click on this. I want the line type scale to be 300. Enter. And we're going to go and add it in across there and across there. Spacebar is a shortcut to your previous command if you need it. I'm going to add 200 here just to show that feature. Right, so there is your remove detail. Again, you can change this. Maybe we should just set this all at 200. I'm happy with that. I think I set that at 200 already. Okay, so it's all 200 except for this little feature. We've scaled the property down to 100 so that we can see it. Right, so that's the removed material, all sorted. Floor plan ready to go. In the next video, we're going to do windows, and then in the following video, we'll add the door detail.